Hey Terraniacs, Mel the Terrain Tutor back in the corner and back with another tutorial for you. And this is the long awaited wire trees. Okay, now we've covered wire trees in the past. Yeah, we did a really simple one long time ago when the beard wasn't so great. Throw a link up to it there. And we made this little beauty. Okay, and it is served as well, and it's served as a test piece and a tutorial piece for various substructures and flocking techniques that we covered in the foliage playlist. Yeah, but it's time to step it up a bit, and I know you've been waiting for this. So what we're going to be doing is looking at the more ornate and detailed wire trees. Now, within the war games world, they represent the pinnacle of trees. Yeah, they are the golden demon because of the amount of effort that goes into them compared to normal trees that we use, twigs, commercially bought ones, etc. But it's important to point out that unlike things like this, which are sort of heavy duty and pretty heavy wearing, they are not club terrain, they are not shop terrain, yeah, they are not tournament terrain, yeah, because they are delicate, yeah, compared to our normal sort of trees. Yeah, wargaming trees, they're designed to be rough and tumble because generally they stick up off the board and you knock them with your hand quite a bit. I mean, I've seen models rested on top of woods. In fact, we've all probably have at some point a Land Raider sitting on top of a wood. Yeah, so if you're going down this path, yeah, they are specifically for your own terrain where, you know, you can beat someone up if they damage it. Yeah, you know what I mean. They are for display tables. They are diorama pieces. Yeah, and they're worthy of the time to put into them. Yeah, so what we're going to do is, in this video, I'm going to take you through making the wire armature and all the techniques to basically get the wire armature up and ready. And then barking it up and all the other stuff we're going to do in more subsequent videos because there's too much information to cover in just one video, you know what I mean? It'll be too long. So with that in mind, yeah, we're actually going to go old school today. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the other room, we're going to go back to the desk. The reason being is, one, it's a bit comfier sitting down, you know, and more importantly, yeah, Kez is sitting there, she's surrounded by books and papers and she's getting ready for a genetics exam in a couple of days, so we're leaving her the kitchen and we're cracking on in the living room. So, let's go crack on, eh? Feels all nostalgic sitting here, yeah, it's a bit of a blast from the past to be truthful. And all comfy. Right, we've got a load of wire in front of us. Yeah, these are all from the garden section of the local sort of DIY store. Yeah, and it's a good place to find sort of cheap spools of wire. Obviously you've got eBay and online retailers if you're planning on doing lots, but if you just want to grab some, DIY store. And we've got bare wire and then plastic covered wire. Yeah, and basically they're used for holding plants up and that sort of stuff. Yeah, but obviously we're using them, well, technically holding trees up. Okay, so bare wire, plastic coated wire, which to use? Well, you can use either, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, the important thing to remember is that strength for strength, yeah, the bare metal wire is stronger than the plastic covered wire at the same thickness. Yeah, and the reason for that is because the whole thickness is metal and this thickness is a little bit metal and a little bit plastic. Okay, so bear that in mind, that if you really want sturdy trees you need to be looking at metal. Now when it comes down to the varying thicknesses, we've pretty much got 4 different thicknesses here, and what it comes down to is essentially how many final branches you want on your tree. Okay, if like this, you know, you only need a few, let me grab one, there you are, I ripped these bits off. I'm always damaging things, aren't I? If you only want a few sort of securing armatures, yeah, then the thick wire is fine. Yeah, making a mess already. Yeah, but if you want that fine, detailed diorama look, yeah, then you need to be going finer. And for this one, yeah, we're going to be using the finest I've got, which I believe is 1mm. Yeah, I'm guessing it's 1mm. It looks 1mm. Maybe a little bit smaller. Not sure. We'll see. I'll clean my mess up by brushing it on the floor. Don't tell Kez. Right. Okay, so we've got our wire. Okay, now when it comes down to making wire armatures for trees for wargaming, like I said, it is the very pinnacle of what we do. Okay, and as such, You know, the purpose of this video, what I hope to get across, is to basically show you enough of the techniques that you can tackle it and give it a go and create some trees. But it's important to say that this is an art form in its own... Come on, boss. This is an art form in its own right, to be perfectly honest. I mean, there are people who spend their entire lives dedicated to making beautiful wire trees. Oh, ambulance. Yeah. But, like I say, this one, all I really want to do is take you through enough that you can give it a go and make some yourself. Okay, so let's unwrap our wire. So, as I said, we're using really, really thin wire. I'll skip ahead while I unwrap this. So, all unwrapped. Right, when we make wire armature trees, we start off by making loops, yeah? And the length of the loops essentially need to be double the height of the tree you're planning on making, yeah, because as we twist the tree and we shape it, etc., yeah, it'll actually shorten down. Okay, so start off, yeah, and for this I've got the Codius terraneus, yeah, and all I'm going to do is grab my wire, if I can, and just wrap it round in loops. Come on, you, don't be like this to me. There we go. Yeah, so start off, grip it, and then all I'm going to do is round in loops. And how many loops you do depends on how many final branches you want, because essentially every loop is 2 end branches. It also depends on the thickness you want. Look at me making a mess of this. Yeah, because obviously the more winds you do, the thicker the tree. Right, I'm going to wind this and we'll come back when I've got it nice and wound. Right, that's all the looping done. I've taken it off the book, yeah, and one quick thing, notice how the 2 loose ends are at the top. The next job I need to do is I need to unloop it, so to speak, and by that I just mean trim the top to make this single strand. So, heavy clippers and just clip through it. Right, leaving us with this, yeah. Next job, yeah, is we need to form the basic trunk. And we're going to start that at the bottom, and basically, yeah, get your 2 main strands and twist them. Watch me finger. In fact, now, even though little wires are thin, when you bunch them all together, they become a lot tougher. So, a couple of twists, come on, get in. And another one. I don't want to cross these over and mix them up. Yeah, and as I'm twisting them, I'm very much keeping the wires sort of horizontal to the vertical to get that really nice twist. Right, there we go. Take that out, and that one could have been better, but it'll be okay, I think. Now retwist, bring that round there. This is why you keep them horizontal, to keep that really tight twist on it. Okay, so we're at that stage now. Next job is we want to start breaking it off into branches. Now, there's 2 ways to go. You can go sort of step by step and split it down in equal parts and get a rounded tree. Or, since we're going to this effort, we can decide that what we're going to do is we're going to create some offshoots. So, pull off some strands. Come on, out you come. Yeah, 1 separate strand there. And then what we'll do is we'll continue that twist up. That way. And then we'll twist these out this way. Yeah, so once again, twisting. Splay them out a bit so I can get a decent twist on them. Careful. angles. Yeah, continue this twist up here, making sure that the wires stay within the right groups. Right, let's start branching these off. Yeah, so branching it off, so that's what we're at the minute. That's our basic wire armature. Okay, now that's our basic trunk. It'll sit down, it'll go up, we'll coat it, we'll cover it, and we'll get rid of these little ridges. Okay, so next job, we're going to start turning this into a, into a more branchier branch. And there we have it. Yeah, it's a bit exploding at the minute, isn't it? Don't worry. Oh, a couple more strands to twist off here, so we'll split those two and we'll go for that. Yeah, it's coming together. Now the key point when you're twisting these is to grip them, and it's very much that horizontal thing. By splaying them, you force it to twist down. If you grip them at the top and you twist up here, yeah, and then as you twist, you put the twist at the moment of turn, so you need to come right down to the wire, grip it, twist it up. Yeah. You can see, so if I hold it like that, you can see the branches forming. Right, let's turn these into some branches. Right, we need to bring this one down a lot further. And there we are, it's coming together now. Yeah, as I said, the main thing is that splitting and twisting at the point, so you force the wire to twist rather than wrap around a single strand. Yeah, there's a little bit of neatening up we need to do with it, but we can do that. Yeah, so that one's done, that one's done. We've just got this one to do. Right, shall we... That's quite long, so let's angle that one off there. And we'll bring this up. So we're going to go for one last armature off here. Yeah, and then a final armature off here. Exactly the same principles. Split them. Yeah, angle them. Twist them. Yeah, when it comes to twisting, yeah, it's not always the matter of going one way or another. It's just how it feels right. Yeah, you'll know what I mean when you start to do it. Yeah, one way always seems to twist, and it changes from sort of branch to branch, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Now, if it starts to get a bit of a struggle, grips, yeah, and that will really help to sort of tighten the branches up a bit. Yeah. So, yeah. And then splitting them off and making them into branches. So as you can see, it's really starting to come together. Yeah, if I bring it up, yeah, you can start to see the branch structure. I think we still need to tighten that up a little. Yeah, but we can do that once we've got it all done. Yeah, there's just one more armature to go. Exactly the same technique. Split them, twist them, use the grips to really tighten them up and really pull the what you call it, the armature down. Yeah, and then we'll get that one done, which is going to be, I think we'll split it. We'll do a couple of twists and then we'll split it. So that's a lot of twisting. Still a little bit of trimming to do and a bit of positioning. Yeah, but before I do that, I want to do the root structure. Yeah, so as you can see at the minute, it's all loops. What we're going to do is, much like we did with the top, we're just going to trim through those quickly. Yeah, and as you can see, we've got two sort of legs from each of our strands. Once again, it's just a matter of splitting it and twisting it. Obviously, with it being root structures and obviously with them being much shorter, yeah, as you can tell by me struggling with my breathing, yeah, you're going to have to use grips to twist these because these are too short and too tight to get a decent grip on. Yeah, so grips, twist them round, spread them out. Now you can keep twisting, but generally, because when we do war game stuff we're going to be blending these in, all you're really after is the major branch structures. The major root structures, should I say. So, there are our root structures done. Quick grab, quick twist. Like I say, we're going to be blending up to the edge on this, so it only needs to be feet to stand in. If you want a more detailed, if you want the roots draping over a rock, that sort of thing, then just follow the same principles as with up here and you'll get exactly the same effect. Now the next thing we need to do is just pull this back a bit. It's a bit wiry, well, obviously it's wiry, yeah, but it's a bit splayed all over the place. So what we're going to do is, with our clippers, trim back the long wires until we get something a little bit, yeah, more realistic. Just a bit of final positioning now, yeah, and it's just about getting the tree to look how you want it to look. Yeah, we've got all our major branch structures in, but until you actually get it all trimmed down and you can actually start to see it coming together, yeah, turn the branches so that the branches come out sideways rather than up and down on the branches, if you know what I mean, so they splay out horizontally. Yeah, one, it looks better, and two, it holds our foliage a lot better. Yeah, if we've got a nice horizontal sort of gang tree almost. Yeah, bring that one in there, that one down there. That's a bit messed up there, we need to trim that. Yeah, quick trim on that one because that doesn't look right. It doesn't look right, I'm making it up for nothing. Yeah, do you see how I've got a little kink in the wire there? Yeah, I just need to trim that off. And there we have it. There is our wire armature essentially done. Okay, so if I bring it up, yeah, you can see all the twists, you can see how I've made it uneven so it isn't splitting at even points. Okay, the key points, as you've seen, is get the looping right. Yeah, once you've got the looping right, start twisting, cut it. Yeah, so you've got your separate strands. Then start twisting it up and use that splaying, the anchor points and the grips to get a good twist. So you're not wrapping round some wires, you're twisting all the wires together. Okay, the next job with this is we're going to have to milli put it up. That's a loose wire there. What are you doing? Where have you come from? Oh, that's not good. Get rid of that. Yeah. So the next thing we need to do, like I say, is we need to milli put this up. And by milli put this up, I'm not talking about putting the bark texture on. I'm simply talking about filling a few of these gaps and making it completely smooth. Yeah. So if I bring it up, do you see how we have these little gaps here? Yeah. We're going to use a little bit of milli put and we'll fill that up. But overall, a very nice armature tree. Yeah. Have we got a model we can put next to him? Well, if we put a chindit next to him. Yeah, to give you an idea of the size. Lovely, innit? I do like making trees. They don't half hurt your fingers. That could do with a few more twists actually as well. Yeah. Remember, until the bark's on it, everything's positionable. This will probably change position so many times until this is done. Right guys, yeah, that's it for this. Let's set up for the long shot. So guys, there you have it. That's the basics of making a wire armature for a tree. Loop in, cut it, twist it, keep twisting. Remember to split it out on the horizontals and get that nice tight twist. Don't beat yourself up if you can't get it perfectly smooth and, you know, you get the odd notch sticking out. Nature's like that, okay? Nature is not smooth, nature is not uniform. Yet there's a tendency when you do these things to equally split them. yeah, and to make a sort of a spread out, yeah, and it works and it's good, yeah, but if you go into the effort of doing this for like display diorama, yeah, change it up a bit. If you don't know how to change it up, go out, see some interesting trees, take some photos and get the idea of the basic trunk structure. Trunk structure. Get the idea of the basic trunk structure, yeah, and then that will give you an idea of where you're placing things. Now, like I said, my next job is I've got to put some milliput on this and get this ready for a barking. But for a barking? It's one of those videos, isn't it, guys? But one of the things that I really want to do with this before I take it to that stage is I want to look at the various barking textures. So we'll have a terrain lab on that, and we'll have a look at Clark bark while we're at it. If you've not heard of Clark bark yet, DC will be in the comments with a big smile. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's the wire armatures. As always, guys, yeah, if you've got anything to add to this video, in the comments. If you've got any questions, that's where they go, and I always answer my comments. Yeah, finally, as always, if you like it, if you love it, if they help you in any way, please consider helping me with the $1 pledge, guys. I'm tongue twisted today. Yeah, it's not much, it really isn't, 60p a month, but altogether it comes together, it gives me the time, the resources, yeah, to do these videos for you and the community. So, listen guys, if they help you, consider helping me, eh? I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime though, yeah, we're going to be back with more tutorials and product overviews and stuff like that. We've got ocean board stuff coming up, the seascape, so we'll be looking at acrylic effects on that. I'm also thinking about redoing my flocking video because I've learnt a lot since that one we did a few years ago. Yeah, so you may be seeing that as well, and we'll be seeing this tree in its next generation. So until then guys, look after yourselves, yeah? Keep crafting. All the best. Ta-ra.